Hey, this is Mark Goldberg from Mark Vlogs Watches. And today we are going to talk about the very reason that we collect watches. There are so many possible reasons that men collect watches. By and large, this is a male-dominated thing, although we have a few women who are just as deeply interested as we are. But I'm going to talk about why typically men are interested in collecting watches. There's a whole lot of theories about this, and we're going to talk about it. I have an answer that might surprise you a little bit. It's not what you think, maybe even a little bit more serious. But first, a quick wristwatch check. Breitling, World Timer, Galactic Unitime, Sleek T. Let's talk about the nature of wristwatches and time, shall we? Ladies and gentlemen, what you're looking at here is a timepiece. This is an automatic watch. It is a Breitling Galactic Unitime Sleek T World Timer. It is 44 millimeters across, approximately 52 millimeters long. You know, I don't have my specs in front of me, but I'm going to guess this is about 14 millimeters thick. It's a very substantial watch on a 5-link bracelet. You've already seen it on the wrist, but let's have another quick look. Now, this is not a review of this particular watch. You can see this is quite a substantial watch, although I'm using an iPhone camera and it always tends to exaggerate the size of a watch. Something about the focal length and the lens. But the subject of our discussion today is not so much about the nature of watch collecting. Well, I guess it is. This is very much about the nature of watch collecting. Let's talk about it. These hands are loomed railroad track batons, baton markers, applied indices, which have, I call them railroad track because there is loom on either side of them there. And I'm particularly drawn to the city index, which is stationary, and then the 24-hour ring, which is moving counterclockwise. Now, I am set with my home time here, Mexico, which is Mexico City. I'm in Chicago, which has the same time zone as Mexico City. And now you can read, the time zone anywhere else you want. Here in Bangkok, it would be 2,300 hours. And in Mexico City's time zone, same as Central Time in the United States, it would be 12 noon. The dial is beautiful. It's this filigree map of the world. And look at that seconds hand, just ticking along with that flame tip, and it is loomed. So for my money, this is a very beautiful watch and extremely functional if you're a traveler, which I am. So I think probably this is going to go with me to Bangkok when I go in February, and then I will bring, I think maybe the Blue Lagoon, so that I have a beater / diver to take with me also, the Seiko Blue Lagoon. Why do we collect watches? Well, one of the reasons is that they're beautiful. This one's, I'm sure it's got some, when you polish it up a little bit, because it's going to have all kinds of fingerprints on it. These polished clasps, whether they be from Breitling or Omega, they are definitely attracting all sorts of fingerprints and scratches. But one big theory about why men are so attracted to watches is that it's one of the only forms of jewelry that we can collect. And mind you, there's guys with rings on every finger and lots of gold chains and stuff, but by and large, what you're looking at here is the male diamond ring. This is the male jewelry. And certainly there's something to that. Moreover, we are also drawn to the mechanical nature of the watch. This watch has got something in the vicinity of 240 moving parts in it, which is a beautiful thing. In fact, let's take a quick look at the case back. Breitling does beautiful case backs. And this, in fact, is one of the less complicated case backs that they do. You can see it's an officially certified chronometer. This is an in-house movement. Breitling now does exclusively in-house movements since their sale, I want to say, but prior to the sale of Breitling, they used a lot of ETA movements. But every one of those was regulated and certified as a chronometer, which means that this mechanical movement is virtually as accurate as you can get with mechanical engineering. So that is definitely a feat of engineering, and I think that that attracts us. But I want you to look at that second hand for a moment. Let me see if I can put it down and zoom in so that it's not shaking. So give me a second for a little adjustment here. Just look at that seconds hand for a moment, because I'm telling you guys, I think that really what you're looking at right now is the main reason that we love watches. I don't think that we're fully conscious of it, but what you are looking at right now is time moving forward, time passing. That is, I want to say about 8 seconds per beat, 8 beats per second. So there will be 8 little tiny ticks, 4 megahertz, 28,800 beats per hour. But what we are looking at when we look at a watch is we are staring at the passage of time. We are counting down the moments of our mortality. That's what's happening here. So I think one of the reasons that we're so drawn to the watch is that we are marking the passage of time. And in the moments that you have shared with me, you have spent 6 or 7 minutes of your life with me that you are never going to get back. And let me tell you how much I appreciate that. I'm not even going to beg you to hit the like and subscribe buttons quickly so that we can do this again. I'm not even going to do it, because you gave me 8 minutes of your life. And those are 8 minutes that you're not going to get back. So what I want you to think about the next time you're looking at the second hand on your watch is, you are that much closer to death. Now, is that a bad thing? Well, yeah, on some level, of course it is. It is the moment that when we realize that we are mortal, we know that we're passing time that we're not going to get back. So what do we do about that? Well, I don't know. Call. If you are lucky enough to have your mother, call her. Your father, call him. Your children, hug them. Your pet them. Do something kind for somebody today. Do something that makes the passage of this 24-hour period worthwhile. Well, you know, that's kind of a serious point, I guess, but I love watches. I love sharing my time with you. I'm enjoying my life. I hope you're doing the same. I think it's very important that you do some good in this world. We can accidentally focus too much on material things. Look at the crown on this, that onion dome crown. That's a beautiful thing. But the passage of that seconds hand is relentless. It's never going to stop. And one day they're going to either bury me in a watch, or I'm going to pass this along to somebody else, or I'm going to sell it. I couldn't tell you right now which of those things it's going to be. But our time here on this earth is finite. We should enjoy beautiful things, beautiful people. You should have a beautiful life, and you should do something nice for somebody else today. This is Mark Goldberg from Mark Vlogs Watches. Go pet your dog and call your kids.